I'm 42 and I did over 600 approaches in 60 days. Hey guys, Johnny here. And today I'm going to break down the results from the 60-day challenge where every day I would go out and do at least 10 approaches for 60 days. So let's get into it. It's hammer time. To give you a little bit of background on why I even started to do this, I had got divorced 8 years ago. And ever since that time, you go through a little bit of healing period. You don't know what you're doing. But very quickly, I realized that I did want to become more attractive to women. I had found day game back then, but I didn't really put in as much effort as I could have. I got separated from my wife in August of 2017. I moved to Boston January 2018 to start doing day game because it was a bigger city and more foot traffic. I never actually did it because I had a lot of anxiety and I would focus more on night game where I could rely a little bit on alcohol to calm my nerves. Then I go out to Vegas, more night game. And basically, the moral of the story is I just never was in an environment where I could do tons of approaching. In Mexico, I relied a lot on online dating. And if you've seen the videos before, I was able to get pretty good results just doing one approach a day because I didn't feel like I needed a strong skill set. So I came out to Brisbane to do some work with some guys. And I immediately just saw the potential here. I was finally going to be in a city where there's really no excuses. There's tons of foot traffic. There's tons of people out. In my head, I would see people walk down the street that I wanted to talk to, that I thought was attractive. And I would have all these excuses of why I couldn't do it, all these limiting beliefs. They're not going to want to stop. I don't know what to say. I'm not good enough. All these weasels. And I wanted to start to address that. I wanted to actually build the skill set so then my brain knows that it's a lie, that I can't actually do it. So I came out to Brisbane, was only going to be here for 2 weeks, visited downtown, the Queens Street Mall here, and just saw the potential. And I was working with a client. He was also very interested in getting his dating life handled. So he came to the CBD, or downtown as I call it, got an apartment down here. And there's really no excuses for why I couldn't do this amount of volume. I know that I want to build the skill set up. It's something that I've always had an interest in. I've always had excuses on why I couldn't do it. So now I'm in this position. I wanted to get this handled. And that's why I did the 60-day challenge. So we'll dive into it. I'll show you the results. I started off very strong. And then as you can see, we'll go through and there's still a lot of work to be done. Day game is not easy. But the results, the man it makes you become, there's just nothing that's going to get me to become the guy that I want to be, like doing this, being able to go out consistently and face anxieties, talk to girls that I would never have talked to growing up or in high school. I would have always thought they were out of my league. So that's where the challenge came from. So looking at this spreadsheet, this is how I've been tracking my results. It officially started on Christmas Eve, 2025. The 23rd is when we moved into the apartment. So we were busy getting stuff for it. We were at the mall. I did 5 approaches here. And then the 24th was when it officially started. And then every day up until the 21st of February, that's 60 days, I did at least 10 approaches every day. You can see here, total approaches for that week was 60 because of the day before, but then I would average 75, 78, 70, all the way to 61. And then there's a drop off. This is keeping track after the 60-day challenge. I want to still keep this as this is just something I do. This is the man that I am. I see cute girls. I go talk to them. That's another reason why I did the challenge is I just want it to be on autopilot. If I see a cute girl at the grocery store, I want to be the guy that talks to her. I don't want to be the guy that I normally am, where I'm like, oh, she's cute. I'd like to talk to her, but I'll do it later. Or I don't know what to say or whatever. I want to get this shit out of my head. I want to get this handled. So this is the approaches. These are the contact details I got for the week. So the very first week I had 7 phone numbers, maybe an Instagram. It does count Instagrams. I don't usually take Instagrams. I'll get into that later. But the results were pretty good for contact details. I was definitely getting a lot of numbers. The dates I had, so the first week I ended up with 3 dates. Pretty good. Just getting into the habit. And then you can see the dates here on the side. I blocked out the names of the dates of the girls that I went on. I'm keeping track of that as well. Total approaches up to this point today is 665. I think if I calculated out without the 23rd and the last couple weeks, it's like 633. And I had a total of 115 numbers, less than that, probably, I don't know, 100 and let's just say 105, and a total of 23 dates. So in 60 days, I had 23 dates. This includes instant dates, if you want to count that. 23 dates, many approaches, many phone numbers. And although they're probably not the best results, like dates to phone number ratio, it is still a great starting point. I'm just getting back into this. I'm also approaching girls that I find super attractive. I'm not just settling on, yeah, she's probably good enough, which I had a tendency to do with online dating. I would match with girls that I wasn't really interested in, go on dates, not be that excited to be there, still trying to go through the process, but just wasn't excited. So these girls, I was very excited to talk to because the reason I was approaching them was because I thought they were cute, that I actually did want to meet them. Much different than how my dating life was in the past, where I would just be grateful any woman would talk to me. So very good practice, good phone numbers, good amount of volume. Just shows you how much work I still have left to do. I know that I can continue to build upon this. The more my skill set improves, the more comfortable I get, the more I learn, the more there's just more to do, which is awesome. I like to be improving. I like to do things that challenge me. If it was easy, everybody would do this. And I'll go into some of the lessons I learned. We'll just go over the spreadsheet now a little bit. I did keep track of every interaction that I had. Not always the most detail. When I first started, if I didn't get a phone number, I considered it a blowout, which is in red, which isn't usually I don't know what a blowout is, but so this is the first day, the 24th. I did 10 approaches. So red is nothing, no phone number. Green is I got a phone number. And then the lime green is that I had a sexual experience with them. So the very first day of the challenge, my 10th approach, I met a girl in a store, which I was very intimidated to do. At this point, I was just really approaching girls kind of on the street so I could just stop them. You can kind of get lost in the crowd, but when you're in a store, people can hear you, they walk by. So I was very nervous, almost didn't do the set. She had purple hair, kind of like a punk rock girl, which I actually really like because I love emo music. I love that vibe. So it was a little intimidating for me, but we hit it off right away. And she wasn't really doing anything. So we had instant date, which led to another venue, which then led to coming home and having a great night. So this was the first date. I was off to a great start. I was feeling good. I was like, oh, well, easy sailing now. Christmas Eve. Awesome. This is a great way to spend Christmas Eve. Then Christmas Day, the next day, I had, tons of blowouts. And then I met another girl on the street. She was just taking photos, really doing nothing. Ended up having a mini relationship with her a few days later. But you can see I got more numbers, 2 dates. Yellow is an instant date. So I also went on an instant date this week. So the first week, and then just a few days later, the 27th, I met a girl who was at a restaurant. Her guy friend was buying food and she was sitting by herself. I didn't know this. Talked to her. We hit it off. She came over that night. Another great experience. So the first week is when most of my results really happened. I don't know if it was the vibe because it's Christmas. I was also eating very clean at this point. So my mindset was probably fresh. I was also very excited to get the challenge going. I'm in a new environment. I'm getting tons of volume. I'm actually, finally not relying on alcohol or, actually going to take action, not just listening to these thoughts of I'll do it someday. So I was feeling good this first week. We'll just scroll through. I'm not going to go through everything. You can see red is just what I consider blowouts. Later on, I'll show you, I turn it orange when I think the sets could go farther. But yeah, I got an Instagram and started to get some numbers, instant dates, and just documenting my progress. Some days I would get a bunch of numbers. Like this day, I got 5 phone numbers. This is part of the journey. Some days you get nothing. Sometimes girls don't want to talk to you at all. Some days your vibe is good and you just meet the right people and you get 5 numbers. So that's the second week, third week. And then orange, I start to put in oranges when the girls are receptive. I'm talking to them and I'm just not leading the interaction. A lot of times, what I would notice is I would stop the girls. I would say, "Hey, I saw you. I thought you looked very nice. I noticed you were walking very slow. You must have just got done doing meditation or you just don't care about anything." And the girls would laugh and then we would talk. And then at some point, I'm either asking too many questions or I leave early or maybe she's just not interested. But orange is there was some attraction. There was somewhere to take the interaction. Not all these girls are necessarily wanting to meet up with you or anything, but orange just felt like it was a solid interaction. There's more I could have done to improve it. It wasn't just a blowout. Like a red more now so is I went in, said something, and just left right away, or they just kept walking. So the first few weeks started off great, like instant dates. These are all girls that are much younger than me, like 20 to 25. I'm not going for, I don't want to be rude, but I'm not going for women in their late 30s. I'm going for young, attractive women that I find very hot, that we can have great experiences with. That's the kind of girls that I want to be with. So there's that. Some numbers, Instagram, some days, like I said, January 8th was just complete blowouts. It kind of puts your ego in check just a little bit, like, oh shit. Yeah. And then, had a good experience here. Ended up seeing this girl for quite a while. Instant date and blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to go through all this, but you get the point of it. So over basically 9 weeks, a lot of phone numbers, a lot of good interactions, a lot of interactions where there's a lot more I can do. You can listen to a lot of these on the school group. I did record my interactions. I find it's very helpful for me to break down things that I missed. A lot of times I will listen to it and the girl will say she's from Italy. And instead of asking more about Italy or teasing her or digging into that topic she gave me, I'll then ask her why she's in Brisbane. So I started to really see how I could make some improvements. Some days are good, some days are bad. I did notice the last few weeks, basically from week 8 on, I was getting really stressed out with doing the approaches every day, the cleaning business, worrying about the future. And so a lot of times I would go out and just want to get it over with. And my diet was bad. I know that's been having an effect on my mindset. I don't feel as confident as I could. This is something I'm going to work on in Thailand. Today's actually my last day in Brisbane. So I thought it'd be a good day to record this, start a new chapter tomorrow, get back on it. Because I really loved when I was in Mexico, working out every day, being productive. Getting back to that. So the final 2 weeks, not a lot happened. Ready to get it over with. Yeah, so not a lot of numbers, a lot of blowouts. Week 10 is this week. So getting a little better now that I had a break. I had 5 numbers the other day. So that's the results of the challenge. Let me know in the comments if there's more you want me to explain or go over. I don't really think there's a ton more to talk about with just the results. But some of the things that I took away from this is, one, day game is hard. It's not easy. I thought I was going to have just this epic experience when the week started. The first week I had tons of results already from my previous experience, I guess, and the vibe of the thing, or the vibe of the, Christmas time. But it's not easy. It does take work. You have to go out. You have to do the reps. I've had 0 dates in the last 2 weeks with new girls because I haven't been doing approaches. I haven't been improving my texting enough to get them out. I haven't been consistently giving girls a great experience to want to go see me. So there's more work that I have to do. And it does take reps. I kind of had the idea that in 60 days, I would have this all resolved and everything would be taken care of. that's not what happened. It does, it is difficult. I'm going to keep working on it because I'm already getting great results. This is the kind of women I want to date. I'm not going to meet them on dating apps. They are not going to come approach me. I'm not going to go to random events to meet them. So this is really the best option. I'm not going to go out at night either. I just don't like to stay out late. A lot of times I don't like the vibe of the drinking and the kind of atmosphere. So this is what I'm going to do. So although it's difficult, it is worth it. The reward is worth it. If it was easy, everyone would do it. You'd see everybody on the street approaching all these hot girls. But because they don't, you really stand out when you can put yourself on the line and go talk to them. I've had many girls compliment me, saying thank you that I approached them, gave them a good experience. And the girls that I did have these awesome experiences with, never would have met them any other way. So that's the first takeaway. Second is the approach anxiety did not go away ever. I wouldn't say ever, but every day, if you've been watching the videos, I did not want to do any approaches. I would sit here before I would go out, and my first thoughts were, well, these aren't going to go well. I don't really want to do it. I'm not going to know what to say. It's going to be like yesterday when I get 10 blowouts and, your mind's just trying to keep you stuck. It's trying to keep me from expanding. So every day I thought about this. I did not want to do it. I was always in my head. I was never, I don't know if I was never excited, but there was resistance. And as soon as I did the first one is literally the worst one. Tom Turro used to say this all the time. I definitely agree with it. Many days I'll be filming and then I would see something, I would just go in. And then after that, I feel a lot more comfortable. Some days I would walk around for 40 minutes and see girls that I thought were cute and still couldn't approach, even after weeks of doing this. So it is something that never went away for me. It's something that I struggle with every day. But another thing I learned is that because I made the commitment, it was much easier for me to do it. Had I just said, I'm going to go out every day for 60 days, I might not have done any approaches that day. I might have just gone out for an hour and just been like, well, I went out, I did try. That's good enough. But because I committed to doing 10 a day, I had to get it done. If I want to walk around for an hour and not do any, well, then you just wasted an hour. You're still going to have to do 10 before you go home. So having that commitment is what really helped me continue on. There's many days I did want to quit. When I got to day 30, 40, I know I wanted to quit. And then day 58, 59, 60, I was really tempted to just say, fuck this, I'm done. I got enough results. I'm getting blown out for the last 2 weeks. What's it matter? But I made that commitment to myself. I want to be impeccable with my word. One of the 4 agreements, another book I'm going to continue to just promote. And it just really changed my life. But I want to be impeccable. I want to do the things that I say I'm going to do. So I did I did it every day, whether I wanted to or not. And then once I did get into the first one, my brain just relaxed. Like I knew nothing bad was going to happen. A girl says, literally the worst thing that happened was that a girl said, no, I'm not interested, or just looked at me and walked off, or immediately just said no. And when that happens, you just realize that it's not a big deal. It's actually kind of funny. And then, you keep going. And the very next set, you meet a girl who's super excited to see you. She's laughing. She's having a good time. Maybe it works out. Maybe it doesn't, but at least you gave her a good experience. So approach anxiety never went away. For me, I needed to make a commitment that I was going to do this many. I'm going to be impeccable with my word. If I say I'm going to do 10 a day, I'm going to do 10 a day. And that's what's been working for me. That's what worked for me in Mexico. I committed to do 1 a day, which is not a ton of volume, but it's better than no volume. And in Mexico is a little different. I could get away with not being as dialed in or, as charismatic. It's just kind of a different vibe. But, commitment. Let's see. The next thing that I want to mention, approaching is not creepy. I see videos or comments of guys worrying that they're going to come off as creepy or people are going to hear them. And to that, I say, who gives a fuck? You can go out as your life. You are the man. You are a chooser. You choose who you want to talk to. And if you are only focused on giving value to people, it is not creepy. It is creepy if you go up to a woman and you try to take something from her. What I've learned and what I've been focused on for many years is that when I'm going up to these girls, I'm telling them, I thought you looked nice. I noticed this about you. I'm giving them a compliment. I'm giving them value. I'm not trying to take something from them. A lot of times I would notice that in the interaction, I would run out of things to say. And then I'm trying to take from them. I'm trying to ask them a bunch of questions, making them invest when they don't know who I am yet. And that's kind of when stuff dies out. I'm not giving anymore. I'm trying to take. So it's not creepy to go talk to girls. You are a man. You have attraction towards women. You are entitled to do what you want. If you want to go talk to a girl and see if she's a good match for you, you should do that. That's one of the benefits of doing cold approach. It puts you into that frame of, I'm going to talk to whoever I want. I'm that kind of guy. I'm the chooser. And I've seen some stuff recently about how you should stick to online dating and not do cold approach. And, online dating is useful, but it's not going to turn you into the best version of yourself that you could be. It will give you some good dating practice. But if you can go out and talk to a girl on the street and face that rejection, you are going to build yourself up as a man. If you can handle that rejection, there's a lot you can do. Owen Cook mentions that if you are not comfortable talking to attractive women, then you have more work to do. And I definitely believe that. I know for me, I get nervous. I want to still get some validation. I want these hot girls to want to chase me. So I have more work to do. And I'm fine with that. I'm going to keep pushing myself. I'm going to keep learning. I'm going to keep doing more challenges like this till I get it figured out, till I get the relationships that I want. No one's coming to save me. These girls aren't coming up to me. They're not just going to say, hey, Johnny, I want to date you. Please come take me home and sleep with me. So I have more work to do. So giving value is what it's all about. Even if you just say, hey, I saw you, I thought you looked nice, and then leave, you gave a compliment. You made her day. She now thinks, oh, great, somebody thought I looked nice. So give value, don't take value. Let's see. I should have wrote some of this down. I'm just kind of going off the top of my head as I think of my experiences for the last 10 weeks. Approach anxiety won't go away. Commit to something, commit to it, because then you have to do it. Be impeccable with your word. Do the things you say you will do. You'll feel better about yourself. I guess a lot of this comes down to the 4 agreements. Another thing. Don't make assumptions. There's plenty of times where a girl looked like she was in a bad mood or she was rushing and she didn't want to talk to anybody. And I stopped her. She gave a big smile. She was very receptive. Some girls I got out on dates from doing that. Some girls just had boyfriends or whatever. But don't make assumptions. Don't assume just because she has a resting bitch face that she doesn't want to talk to you. Maybe she just got done. So don't make assumptions. Maybe she just got done from work and she had a bad day. And now she's just thinking about this the whole time. And then you come up and you give her a compliment. And now you just change her entire day. Now she feels good about herself. She's not focused on this stuff. So don't make assumptions. Don't take anything personally. If a girl walks off, she says she's not interested. Or maybe I've had this plenty of times where you talk to a girl for 5 minutes, you go for a number and she says, no, thanks. I'm not interested. Okay. I don't know what her situation was. Maybe I'm not her type. Maybe she likes Asian dudes or Indian dudes or whatever. Like, don't take that personally. It's not anything against me. She just wasn't interested. If a girl walks off and just looks at me and walks away, okay, well, that's her decision. I went into her world and maybe she just doesn't want to talk to anybody. Don't take it personally. This is all in the 4 agreements. This book really tremendously helped me, especially with cold approach. It just gets you into that mindset of doing things you say you're going to do. Don't take things personally. Don't make assumptions, and always do your best. Even though there's plenty of days that I didn't want to do this. I just wanted to get it done. I was stressed out in my head. I still was doing my best. I still went out. I still wanted to give a good interaction. I still tried to smile. I still tried to take the right steps. I probably compromised a little bit on the kinds of girls that I would talk to because, when you're trying to get 10 done, you want to go home at some point. So you're just trying to get it figured. Like, you just want to get out of there. So there's some girls that I probably would approach that I probably wouldn't have wanted to date, but I was still doing my best. I think that's really what I have to say about this challenge. It was really eye-opening to me just how up and down it is. I started off very strong, then had some weeks where nothing was happening, and then had some weeks where I was getting pretty good results, and then a couple of weeks where literally nothing was happening and I was feeling down about it. But it's all part of the process. I did recognize that I was getting better every time. it is reinforcing to me that it is possible. I talked to George about this as well. His standards are so much higher than they were just a few months ago. A few months ago, he was on a date with a girl from work because he didn't really have abundance. He didn't know what was possible. He thought this is what the best he could get. So he's seeing this girl, not that interested in her, but being with a girl is better than not being with a girl was what his mindset was. But now that he's been working and doing the approaches as well, he would never approach this kind of girl. He would not want to go on dates with this girl. He now sees that he can get young, attractive women. If he just continues to put in the work, his results will get even better. So it really just shifts your thought pattern into what is possible for you. I now know that women of this age do find me attractive. Not all these women, but there are some out there. And the more that I talk to, the more that I meet, the better chance that I will get to have relationships with them or have fun adventures with them. I posted in the school group my recap of Brisbane, some of the cool things that happened to me, some of the cool just stories. You can also go back and review the other day-to-day ones. But it's quite the adventure, like just stuff that I never would have thought was possible. Growing up in small town Wisconsin as a shy kid, getting married for 12 years to a woman that I loved, but was probably not the right fit from the start. And we had that typical marriage where you get very familiar. Your sex life is pretty terrible. You don't really like to be spending time with each other. I would much rather have just been playing video games and let her go do her thing. So we were never having any of this stuff. I never thought I was attractive to women. That's probably why I was so eager to just settle down right away. And I had that mindset when I came out of the divorce. I didn't think I would ever be attractive to women. I thought I was going to have to just settle, which, I mean, this is probably why I wanted her back so bad, even though she cheated on me. Like, what am I going to do now? But because I went through this journey, I went through these steps, I went through the weight loss, I traveled, I've been doing this. I now see that I can get a better skill set and I can attract these girls. And the better I get, the more I put myself out there, the more I'm willing to risk rejection, the more masculine I'm going to become. And I'm just going to attract even more people into my life. Not only girls either, just men in general. So it was absolutely an awesome experience. I'm going to figure out what I'm going to commit to in Thailand. I have not figured this stuff out. I still have a lot of work to do. It is difficult. Anyone who tells you it's easy, go find out for yourself. You tell me how it is. I'd love to hear your experiences with your approaches. But yeah, doing this was great. I met some cool guys doing it as well that saw the videos that inspired them to take some action. So I hope you guys just see what is possible. I'm 42 and I'm, finding that I'm still attractive to younger women. I see a lot of guys on Reddit. I have the same mindsets. Oh, I'm too old. My wife left me. Well, I'll never find anybody again. I've never dated anybody. I don't know what to do. Like, all this stuff can be learned. So hopefully showing you that I'm in my 40s, I'm still able to take action, still get some good results, and still improve. We'll still get even better. Yeah, that's where I am now. I'm not going to post a music at the end of this video. Stay tuned for more videos coming up from Thailand. Reach out if you guys need any help with online dating, or if you have any questions about cold approach or videos that help me out or books that help me out. There's a lot of things that I've been doing over the years that I think really help me improve who I am as a man. And I think it can help you guys out as well if you guys are struggling with that. Yeah, I will leave it there. Enjoy your week. I will be in Thailand for the next video. I'll probably record a podcast on the plane. Maybe. I will see. That's all I have for now. Enjoy your week. Peace.